Well. It was
Hello,
all
boy.
going so nicely, wasn't it? It was all going so nicely. But I usually say, how's it going, everyone? But I think I know how it's going for all of us this evening, unfortunately. But I'm sure we'll get into it. But Leeds United have drawn 3-3 at the MKM against Hull City, a game in which we were 3-1 up, cruising. And then a certain Frenchman decided to just chuck all that in the shitter. But please, before we go any further, if you can, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I mean, lads, I don't know where to start, to be quite honest with you. I mean, just before we get into some specifics, Isaac, any words?
I was about to make a very, very harsh joke, but I don't know if I can.
Is it something that, even though we're not monetized yet, could we get demonetized for it?
I
don't know what the rules are.
I mean, it's up to you, mate.
It's a bit dark. Okay,
we've started recording now, so it's going to have to go in either way.
That's fine. I was going to say, no, I'll leave it.
You can tell us off air when we're done.
I'll trust your judgment on that then, Isaac. If you think it's a bit too dark,
yeah, I'm going to say
out in it. No, it's dark about like myself. It's not like dark about anyone else.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, right, okay, right.
I was doing right. Okay, I was like, I nearly killed myself in November on that performance. Wish I did.
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ!
Jesus
Christ!
Wow.
It was.
That's the level.
That's the level, yeah. That's the level. That's what Leeds United drives you to. I mean, even by our standards, that's ridiculous, isn't it? I think, like, if you think we're going to make this league easy for us, you don't know Leeds United, do you? But by Leeds United standards, that were absolutely shocking. And there's only one kind of person to blame, isn't there? Really, when you look at it, you know, we were cruising that game at 3-1, and that second goal that he conceded. You know, he could have done anything apart from that. He could have let it go over the bar. He could have
tapped it over the bar for a corner.
Yeah, I'm about to say he could have palmed it over the bar behind him, but I don't know what's gone through his head there. He continues to cost us game after game. We continue to drop points because of him, and I want him dropped. I don't want him in team no more, if I'm being honest.
I do just want to say as well, guys, before we go any further, Mike is not being held hostage there. He's just had some technical difficulties with his laptop.
Yeah, the laptop's deciding not to have any audio, so I'm on my phone at the moment. But yeah, it does look like an hostage situation. I'm fine, everybody. You know, I'm being fed well.
He's not in Isaac's loft. He's not in Isaac's loft.
No, I'm being fed well. I'm not being held hostage.
Just before we speak about Ilan in a bit more detail, because I think there needs to be a segment for him in a bit. Let's talk pre-game. Then, obviously, when the lineup came in, I think I was a bit surprised, obviously, to see that Pascal Strauch wasn't even in the squad. But obviously, it did come to light from Adam Pope that I think he's got an ankle problem, and he was touch and go for the game anyway. But we saw Ampadu drop back into the defence and Max Verber come in to start at left back. Again, Isaac Schmidt is still in Isaac's loft. He can't get out.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, I don't know what that man has got to do to get into this team. Mike, your thoughts on Verber from what you saw of him?
I thought he were pretty poor, to be honest. I thought he were, you know, he tries. He's not as much as people say he can play both sides. You know, can play centre back and left back. I don't think he can play left back because he can't get up and down the pitch. And I think what you saw when he were getting up the pitch, he doesn't have the legs to get back. So you saw Hull spraying the ball into his area quite a few times when he were out of position. I thought his distribution were pretty poor. I don't know if I'm being a little bit too harsh because how the game's ended, but for me, he wasn't good enough in that position for me. And I think again, Smith, what does he need to do to get a chance in the in that lineup? He can play both sides, but yeah, Wober again. I'm never going to be convinced that he can play left back. So yeah.
Isaac, anything to add?
Looked all right against Crawley at left back Mike in his first game. What are you on about?
It is Crawley we're talking about.
That's the levels, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, but fuck.
Yeah.
Are we just giving Biscuit Knees a pass, are we? That he's decided he's injured again?
Hamstring, innit?
Bamford.
Yeah,
Bamford.
it's like,
Yeah.
like I said, his hamstrings must be made of cheese strings because they're going every, you know what I mean? They're going every other week, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bamford's another story as well. I feel myself ranting a lot in this episode. So
mate, let's get it all out.
Yeah, let's just. I'm seeing this as my therapy. I'm hoping that I will feel better once I've done this and I can just relax.
We're banning Charlie from watching Virgin River for the night, so he's got a while to chat now. So Love Island's finished.
Okay, so to rant, Melier can fuck off, Woba can fuck off, and Bamford can fuck off. They can all do one for me, I think.
Yeah, I'm Matty Joseph for not scoring when he came on.
League One Matty.
Well,
League One Matty.
Well, I think we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. No,
welcome to the South Stand agenda, and you know, here we go. So
but I mean, let's just get into it in order. Then, obviously, Hull take the lead inside 5 minutes. Obviously, Mike didn't actually see the goal go in as it went in, but me and Isaac did. So, I mean, yeah, for me, it was just too easy. You know, it's a simple ball over the top, and obviously Verba is caught ball watching for me. He just loses his man, and I mean, you can argue that obviously Ilan shouldn't have come that far out of the goal, and I agree, but I at least understand his intent. Obviously, he's trying to pressure the player, but I think he just completely mistimed his run. And it's I say an easy finish. It isn't really, but he made it look quite easy with that finish, did Kamara. And I'll be honest, I was quite shocked with how the game started. I really didn't expect it, but Isaac, your thoughts on that opening goal for Hull?
I know it's going to sound controversial, and what about her is always a nice problem to have, but I don't think we can see that if Pascal's in that starting 11. If Pascal's fit, I think we clear that ball up. And I'd like at some point to get Mickey P. Kerr's thoughts on us conceding 3 goals today. Now, Pascal
without striking.
Yeah.
We missed the strike massively, didn't we?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's the organisation at the back as well. And aerially as well. I know we didn't get that much damage in the air, but it's first ball, second ball, isn't it? But yeah, mate, I just think overall as a performance, it wasn't. I don't think we're playing well at the minute, lads. I mean, we haven't put anyone with the sword in a while now. Oxford, I think since the Oxford games, we've been mulling along. Yeah, we beat Stoke in the fog. That wasn't a great performance, but we got the job done. Same with who was after that? Was it Swansea?
Derby,
mate. Derby didn't really play well. I think we were getting ready to have a whinge up, and then Blackburn. Obviously, that happened, and then today, pretty much the same story again, boys. Other than fucking at least two goalkeeping fucking howlers. I'm not sure if I'm blaming him too much for the third one. I'd like him to save it, but I'd like the Leeds goalkeeper to save every shot he faces.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with most things you just said there, mate. I think the Stoke game, I think we did play well in fairness. I think we did deserve that one. I get it. Maybe it wasn't as maybe comprehensive as the Oxford game, but I thought it was still decent. But yeah, I agree. I don't think we've been particularly great for the last 3 games now, in all honesty. And I'm quite surprised to see that we're actually still top of the league, albeit by a point.
1 point. But it could have been 5 points, couldn't it? That's the thing, Charlie. We should be sitting pretty 5 points at the top of the league now. And due to, you know, just lacklustre defending and fucking shite goalkeeping, we're only a point now, aren't we? So it's typical Leeds, isn't it, to be fair? We don't make anything easy, do we?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we'd have held on for that win today, I think the Blackburn point, I don't think that'd have been as bad if we'd have held on today. But I think the fact that, you know, it isn't even the fact that we've drawn the game, it's just the fact that we were so comfortable and cruising, and we've just, there's one player that's let it slip away. But I actually felt in the first half that Leeds actually did play quite well. I think we were creating chances. I just think we were just a little bit sloppy in that final third. I thought Joel Perreault in the first half wasn't great. I thought his positioning was a little bit Yeah, I thought he were poor. But again, going into half time, I was still confident that Leeds would come out and win the game. Obviously, we all know what happened. But I mean, Isaac, at half time, I mean, how are you feeling at half time after watching that first half?
A bit concerned, mate, if I'm honest. I thought, right, they're just going to put 11 men behind the ball, a la Blackburn, and we're going to struggle to break them down. But Mikey, I'll hand over to you because on the 46th minute,
a bit of positivity. A bit of positivity.
I know. That's the only positive thing from the game. Obviously, I've been saying every week, Tanaka's going to score. Tanaka's going to score, but I don't think you can score a better first goal for your club, can you? It was an absolute screamer into the top corner, and then obviously when that went in and third went in, I thought the game were wrapped up. But yeah. But Melier had other thoughts. But yeah, just to go back to the goal, it was just great. Got it out of his feet and killed it straight into the top corner. And you could see how happy he were and how happy the team were as well, because he runs straight to the bench. They're all jumping all over each other. But yeah, what a goal. What a goal.
And obviously then the Welsh wizard, Dan James, makes it 2-1. Great. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The old team's got fucking shiners. Maybe they're having a dust up in the dressing room.
I thought I'd just seen something, but yeah, I thought I saw that he had a shiner. Yeah, I didn't think I saw that, but I thought it was really good build-up play. I thought the assist from it wasn't assist from Solomon, but he was involved, wasn't he? I thought he did really well. And then obviously I think it was Bogle that slipped James in for the finish. So yeah,
he did really well to be composed. Did Bogle in that position? Yeah, just to cut it back and not just blast it at keeper or blast it over at bar like a lot of players would do. He did really well just to put his foot on ball and roll it back. So it was good play by Bogle as well.
And again, I think we're in cloud nine. We're buzzing. We've managed to turn it around. And then the Spliffmeister General finally gets on the score sheet. Obviously, it was kind of handed to him on a plate by the Hull goalkeeper. It was poor from him.
Good finish,
and really good finish. Nice, smooth finish from Perron. I think, like we've all said, comfortable, cruising. We've got how long left? Was it about 15 minutes left when he scored that?
Yeah.
And I was listening to the visual radio. But it was the Hull commentary, and even their commentator had given in. Yeah. They'd given in at that point, and even me, I thought, right, that's it, done.
Curtains, yeah.
But then let's move into Melier. Let's have a proper discussion, because that second goal, I actually just missed it because the radio cut out slightly.
Yeah. Visual radio buffered.
And I switched back on and I saw that they were celebrating. So I thought, but then I saw the goal and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, he could have done, I think Mike said this off air, he could have done a number of things in that scenario, but Mike, just talk me through it. Just talk me through it, mate. Mike, if you can.
Yeah, if I can settle myself down. But yeah, he could have done literally anything in that position. The ball will go... He could have let it go over the bar, or he could have just kind of tilted his wrist back and just palmed it straight over the bar. But what he chooses to do is just drop it right in front of him. I don't understand.
Shit himself.
Yeah, exactly. It's either his decision making, his concentration levels. It's so poor. And I've been going on about Melier probably for the past couple of months, and you can really now start to tot up points and games that he's costing us. And I think for me, I really would consider dropping him now. Honestly, we've got Harrogate in the cup next. They'll probably play Darlow in that game, won't he? And I think give Darlow a go and maybe try him in the next game, or see if we can get someone in maybe on loan or something like that. But it might sound harsh for me, but I think if we continue to put our trust in Melier, I think he could be the difference in between us going up or staying in the Championship.
Not fucking harsh at all, mate. Not fucking harsh at all.
It's not harsh at all. And I think, again, if this was a one-off, like, rare, shite performance from him where it's just not been his day, you could maybe go, right, well, all right, there's another game, blah, 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 we can move on. But it's not even just this season, but, there's the the Sunderland game earlier on this season, the Blackburn one the other day, you could argue he was maybe at fault for not commanding his box enough. Portsmouth first game, countless games last season where he really let us down in the Premier League as well. It's a regular fucking occurrence and it's fucking me off big time now.
Yeah. Like you say, this has been going on now for the past 3 seasons. If you go back to the Premiership season when we got relegated and his ass absolutely fell out towards the end of the season, we had to put Robles.
Yeah.
We had to put Robles in for him. Last season, again, same old mistakes, not commanding his area, getting beat at the near post. It's just reoccurring problem. It's the same kind of mistakes for the past 3 years, and I think he's done. He's done now for me.
Isaac, anything to add? Anything to add to that?
I've got a question for you, boys.
Oh, go on.
Ilan Melier or Kiko Casilla?
Oh. Wow. I mean, at least Melier is not racist.
Well, yeah.
He's getting there though, Melier, for me. I think he's
surpassed fucking Kiko now.
I think they're both on a level now, I think.
Yeah. I think
putting Kiko in it today. Racist or not, Kiko's getting the shout. Big J will beat the racism out of him.
I'd rather get Bailey Peacock Farrell in at this rate.
Don't go that far.
What about Weidveld? Weidveld as well.
Yeah. Rob Green. Paul Rahubka.
Silvestre.
Yeah, Silvestre. Andy Lonergan. Anyone.
Jamal Black.
Yeah.
We've had some shite when you roll it off like that.
I'd stick Bamford in goal. Oh, you can't because he's injured.
His legs would get stuck in the ground and it'd come off like Mr. Potato Head or something.
But even that third goal earlier on, the third Hull goal, I mean, he just doesn't command his box once again from a set piece, absolutely flaps it. I mean, the actual finish that went into net, I won't really blame him for that. It was a nice finish, but the build up to it, and it shouldn't have even got to Kamara on edge at box. It should have never got there. Again, even if he just palmed it out for another corner, I'd have been happy with that. But I don't know. I think when that second Hull goal went in, I just had a feeling that it would come in.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling something would come in, and I think this is the most pissed off I've been after a game all season. I don't know about you lot, but
me too. 100%.
I thought I were annoyed against Blackburn like other day, but it's just the fact that they're in the bottom 3. They are crap as well. I thought they were shit. I thought they were crap that's not me being bitter. They were crap today. They were, but anybody can be a world beater when there's Melier in goal, can't they? Let's be honest.
But I know we Melier had a stinker, but I thought the defence were all over the place as well.
A little, at times it was, yeah.
I think even Ampadu, you caught, he were out of position a fair few times. You saw he rode on chasing players. I think we really missed Stroik today. I think we missed his calm, cool, collected head at the back, commanding. I thought we really missed him. And I see the rumour mill is going around on Twitter now, and it obviously is out with an injury. But I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter saying that it's because Tottenham are going to come in for him. I don't know. It must be bollocks that, because I think we can't sell players halfway through the season, obviously. Even by Leeds United standards, we can't do that, can we?
I must admit it were my first thought. When I saw he wanted team, it was my first thought, to be fair. And because Bamford wanted, I thought of Wrexham coming with a bid. I think, please.
Hopefully.
But we're making a habit of conceding late at the minute.
You what, sorry?
We're making a habit of conceding late on at the minute. I don't really like it.
Yep, I'm not fond of it, Isaac. I'm not very fond of it too, at all.
It's not fun.
That's a mentality thing, and it's creeping in.
I saw someone tweet that out earlier, that there's a mentality problem, and I actually agree with that, especially over the last 2 games, this one and Blackburn. And again, hopefully, in terms of the mentality, that it is just like a dip. Who's our next game in the league? I think it's Sheff Wednesday, isn't it, at home?
At home, yeah.
And they're quite good at the minute, though. They're in decent form.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, they're playing well.
They aren't in a bad position in the league either, so they'll fancy themselves for at least a point that day, I reckon.
Yeah.
But
clawed it back to no wall, didn't
they?
Yeah, but I think, like we've touched upon, it should be a 5-point gap at the top now. Or at the very least, it should be 3 points. It should just be as things were. Obviously, Burnley won today, didn't they? And so have Sheffield United. They beat Watford, didn't they? And
we shouldn't be making this league as hard as we're making it out to be at the moment. We said a few weeks ago that we should kind of not walk the league, but we should win it at a canter, and we're doing what we always seem to do, and is make it far too difficult for ourselves. We have a good win, and then the games that we look at, such as the last game, you look at that. When you're leading into that game, we should win that. Next game, we should win that, and it's always the same thing. It's always the games where you think the bankers and we should be getting the 3 points there, and we just make it so hard for ourselves. It's so frustrating,
And I think what's even more frustrating is that the whole fan base can see that Ilan Melier is costing us points time and time again. But then you've got Farke earlier on in the season saying that he's the best keeper in the league. I think he's been smoking the green with Joel Perot, to be honest with you. But
he'll stick with him, Farke, won't he?
He will.
He'll definitely stick. There'll be nothing drastic done by Farke. But
I think you mentioned it earlier about when he was dropped for Robles by Sam Allardyce. Now, say whatever you want about Sam Allardyce as a manager, but he fucking saw it. He came in and he went, no, he's shit, get him out. And Farke needs to be ruthless here. He won't be. He won't drop him, because I think he might see it as that he's accepting defeat on him, really. And
if you drop him, you've got to sell him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if a suitable bid came in now, I'd drive him to the fucking Leeds Bradford myself. I don't know about you.
20 quid.
100%. But you look at the teams around us who are performing well. They've got good goalkeepers. The Sheffield United, they don't concede many. They've got a solid goalkeeper. Burnley, James Trafford, solid goalkeepers, and that's what you need to get out of this league. And he's only going to decline for me. He really is.
I think we've got a solid goalkeeper. I'll be honest. I just think he's had one or two bad performances so far in Darlow. I think he does the basics well.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to give him a go, because I don't think he can do any much worse at the moment than Melier.
And plus, as well, I don't think Darlow's played well whenever he's played, because he's not playing consistently. If he got a run of games, he might just build up his confidence a little bit. I would genuinely put Alex Cairns in. I'd put Alex Cairns in.
Over Darlow?
Anyone, just Darlow or Cairns. I'm not bothered. Anyone. Yeah. I'll go and goal. Fuck me, man.
I'd stick Nont a win goal.
Get Isaac Schmidt in goal. Maybe it's only fucking chance he'll play.
Isaac Schmidt's not allowed any minutes.
Yeah. I don't know what he's done, but he's
like you said, Mikey.
Farke keeps sticking with him. He'll keep sticking with him. He will. And again, I think like Isaac said on a tweet earlier, he was saying, I'm not blaming Farke for what happened in that game at all, by the way. I just want to say that. But I think when you play Max Verber at left back, you're just asking for trouble there, in my opinion. The first whole goal just tells you that itself. He's sticking with Ilan Melier time and time again when he performs stinker after stinker, and he's costing us points all of the time. And I was gonna slag him off as well for not bringing on Largy and Nonto, but then at 3-1 up, he's probably thinking, I don't need to. We're all right here, which we were. I thought his general play at 3-1 was good. It was just that dickhead in goal that wanted to just spice things up a bit. But I feel like this has just been a rant about Ilan Melier, to be honest.
It was never going to be out else, though, was it? Obviously.
No, it won't.
When that third goal went in from Pirro, I was rubbing my hands together to, singing Ayo to right. And all that kind of stuff. And now it's just get Poppadom riffs out.
And again, it's a shame, because there were actually a lot of good things in that game. There was Tanaka's first goal, beauty of a goal. There was Perot's scoring again, James, and it was a decent performance for the majority.
I will be extremely harsh.
Right, go on.
Dan James should have scored.
Which part?
When the keeper
Which
came
chance?
out, he tried to dink it.
Oh,
Get away.
yeah.
I were ready to be really smug as well because I predicted 3-1, didn't I? On
He
the
won
last
it.
podcast.
And a Tanaka goal.
And a Tanaka goal. So
You bought this.
I know.
Well,
Yeah, it is. Sorry, guys.
our last said this morning 3-2 as well, and at 3-2, I was thinking, oh gosh, she's got it right for once. And then
I said 4. What do you think about me?
Yeah.
Fishes won't speak to me. Dog won't speak to me.
I'm just that's probably one of the only games this season, apart from Sunderland maybe, where I've come away just thinking, what the fuck have I just watched?
Yeah.
Like
so disappointing.
A complete game of two halves. I thought first half we were okay, but it just weren't at the races. But then second half we improved. We went 3-1 up. And I'm sat there thinking, oh, the podcast is going to be good tonight. And then, Ilan Melier just went, no, hold my fucking beer.
I did a little video on TikTok as well, didn't it? Singing, hey yo, tune in after the game.
Oh, too soon.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it, to be fair, but I'm glad I haven't because
I'm going to go back to comments. Probably I'm going to get ripped to shreds on there now, aren't I? So
I was ripping Blackburn fans this morning on Twitter as well, so I'm dreading my replies now.
Fuck off, mate.
Yeah, they lost, didn't they? Fuck them.
They're rivals, so fuck them.
They're more arsed about getting a draw against us than beating the local rivals.
Hang it in the Louvre, they said, didn't they? Hang it in the Louvre.
That's what I replied to them when they got beat. But that's another story.
I will go as far as to say that we wouldn't. This is going to sound weird. We wouldn't have conceded that third goal if we didn't concede the second in the way we did.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
Bang on. I know exactly what you mean with that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree.
From the last, they were thinking if we let this ball anywhere near that fucker behind us, it's going to be a goal.
He unsettles the whole team, doesn't he? We see that now, don't we? Anything drops in that area, you've got defenders overcompensating for him. Try to clear balls because you know he can't come out and claim it. So it's unsettling the whole defence, especially on set pieces now. You see it all the time,
especially on corners. Fucking hell.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, because the back four aren't stupid either, they're aware of what Ilan Melier is like. As you've said, every time the ball's whipped into the box from a set piece or even just in open play, they'll be shitting themselves. What they're thinking, God, what's he fucking, But anyway,
Mark said anything quick,
and I think like Isaac said earlier, and it is right. Strauch was really missed, I thought. Today, I think at most they get maybe one of their goals if he's playing today. At most, So hopefully he's fit for Sheff Wednesday in a few weeks. At least it's FA Cup next weekend, so I don't think he'd have been played in that game anyway. He might have played the likes of maybe DeBayo or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe Isaac Schmidt could finally get some minutes in the FA Cup. Who knows?
I've got a question for you boys. So I kind of harped on a little bit about getting rid of him and getting someone in January for Melier. Do you think there's anybody out there that springs to mind who we could get on loan or who could come in and take his place? And do you think there's anyone out there?
I'm going to be like, I'll put it out there, and this might be controversial to some. I don't think you need that good a keeper to go up. I think you just need someone that does especially as how good we are. Yeah, like in between both boxes. I just think we need someone that can catch the ball. And if it's an expected goal,
catch the ball. It's right. Oh, it's right. Yeah.
Fucking basics. That's all I want from it. If a shot's going in and you don't save it, and I don't mean to make wonder, like 1 out of fucking 10, Ilan will make a wonder save. I'm not asking about you doing that. I'd rather you fucking deal with the 5 others that you should be saving.
Basics, innit? Just deal with the basics.
Who's top? I don't. We're getting the Birmingham keeper.
Even though it is a good question to ask, I do just think it's kind of irrelevant talking about it because we all know that he's just going to stick with him. Like, there's no like. I think, like Isaac said earlier, I think if you drop him, you then sell him. At this point. Because the whole fan base, I think, are pretty much done with it now. I haven't seen one person try to defend him on social media since the game finished. And I'm at a point now where I would stick anyone between them sticks rather than him at the minute. But again, I just doubt it'll happen. Like, do we realistically think Farker will drop him?
No,
Realistically,
not at all.
No,
Why are all
exactly.
our
not a chance.
transfer rumours? They all seem to be centre halves at the minute. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, there could be something in that, maybe. But
It's that's what I was kind of alluding to earlier on. I think it makes you wonder about Strike, doesn't it? We've seen
he did
these
travel
things
though,
happen
did
before,
Strike?
haven't we?
He did travel
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
did Strike? He was there. So
True.
I don't know. I feel like we could go on all night just speaking about Ilan Melier, if I'm honest. But I just to swing it into a slight positive, we are still top of the league somehow.
Yeah,
by a single point. That's probably the only positivity I can think of right now. Top of the league by a point.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was the Tanaka goal, which was a beauty. I'm really chuffed for him that he's managed to get his first goal. But other than that, I mean, I just feel so deflated. I'm just done with Ilan Melier. I think that's my overall summary now. I'm just done with him.
Yeah.
It would have to take some doing to get me back on side with him. I think now it'd take some doing.
Yeah.
Don't know about you, but it really would.
He's been on a decline for a while now, hasn't he? And I think it's time to do something about it.
That first Bielsa season in the Prem, I was telling everyone that he's one of the best in the world.
Me too.
How wrong we were.
I was saying.
I was like, I wouldn't swap him for anyone in the world. No, I literally would swap him for anyone in the world.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I really would. I really, really would. I mean, if you had to pick a man of the match for Leeds, who would you pick? Ilan Melier? No?
Tanaka, probably, just for the worldly strike.
Yeah, fair enough.
Only
I
think good game as well.
Yeah, Bogle did as well. I would go Tanaka though. I think just in all honesty, but yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I think we'll leave it there in a minute. But I'm just so done. I'm just so done.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed off.
Because I've gone from being so high, 3-1. I was really looking forward to doing this, and then now it's to drawing the game. It's like it's not wind out my sails a little bit, that game. So
but it has made me feel a little bit better. It's been a little bit of a nice therapy session.
Session. Oh yeah, definitely. It's
good
to get it out in it, lads.
Yeah, I have a lot off of my chest now. But
me too.
But yeah, I think we'll leave it there then, because I think if we keep going on, I think we'll just slag him off no end. I think we've said everything that needs to be said about Ilan Melier now. So we will leave it there, but we will be back tomorrow. We are gonna, with some new friends. We're gonna be
friends.
Yeah, some
friends.
Chinese friends.
No, they're not my friends.
You organised it. They're your friends.
I organised it, but they're not my friends.
Oh, do you want to come?
There will be now, hopefully. But yeah, but yeah, the lads at Only Leeds Bros will be joining us tomorrow to have a chat about the game. I was hoping it'd have been in nicer circumstances. But yeah, they'll be joining us as we will dive a little bit further into the game after everyone's had a chance to calm down and de-stress, and hopefully speak about it a lot and just be a lot more measured, I would say.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to having them on. I've seen some of their stuff on TikTok and the YouTube.
Yeah,
they seem like a good set of lads, so I'm looking forward to having a good old chinwag with them tomorrow and just slagging Melier,
Exactly.
Maybe we'll become one, like busted, and we'll just have one like
the South Stand View versus Only Leeds Bros.
It could be the South Stand Bros, couldn't it?
South Stand Bros.
But yeah, as you've said there, Mike, they do seem like good lads, so it'll be good to have them on and have, like I say, a more chilled out chat about things and just
Or just Melier criticism in numbers. You know, there's more of us now. Just to slag him off. Yeah.
I think it probably will be that, to be honest with you. It probably will be that.
Get the pitchforks ready.
Exactly. But yeah, as I said, guys, we'll upload that tomorrow night. So make sure that you keep your eyes peeled for that one. I'm sure it'll be a good one. Thank you for watching this in advance. You know, all of the good stuff, like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.
Melier out.